छुपा, अपने आप को छुपाते हैं. I cannot see you. So my dear friends, today I want to tell you, I had the greatest shock of my life. You know, the greatest shock of my life. Have I told you? Have I told you? The greatest shock of my life. Sometimes you're shocked. You know what you're shocked? I told that day I was walking into my room, I saw 8 lizards. I was shocked. Not 2 or 3 lizards. Pata nahi kaun leke, with what magic, the 8 lizards came in front of me. Shock. But what is the biggest shock of my life? Rumata ji, मैंने कभी बोला है आपको? कभी बताया? What is the biggest shock of my life? I was shocked when I realized I was not I. When I came to know I was not I. इतना शॉक हो गया मैं, बोला अरे मैं नहीं हूं. हाँ? कल मैंने एक डायलॉग सुना. क्या बोले वो डायलॉग में? हम ही है तो हम क्या है, तुम ही हो तो तुम क्या हो. तो मैंने सोचा मैं हूं तो मैं क्या हूं. हाँ? चमन में इख्तियार रूबरू, चमन में इख्तियार रूबरू में मस्ती क्या है. Have you heard that? What they say? चमन में अगर मस्ती चाहिए तो दोनों रंग और खुशबू दोनों चाहिए. लेकिन आज का सब्जेक्ट, I wrote a book in 2017. I wrote one of my first books was after Talash. One of the first books I wrote is called I am not I. मतलब मैं नहीं. I am not I. It is the best-selling book in all our books. Lakhs, millions of copies have been sold, distributed, read. And so we are writing a new second edition. Because in 5 years, what I thought I was not I, that has further changed from a transformation to a metamorphosis. So my dear friends, you know, you always say I. आप बोलते हैं, समात्मा, you say, I am coming. You come to me, meet me tomorrow. Huh? So all the time, Girish will say, Parvati Ma is my mother, my mother. All the time we say, I, me, my. But who is this I? Who is this I? We all think I am I. We live and we die. We live and we die thinking I am I. But we don't realize I am not I. When you realize I am not I, then Dasi, you don't tell me what responsibility I have towards my family. And Dasi, why you say what responsibility I have towards my family is because you think I am I. But you are not I, you are God. You are God. You are Sip. You are the supreme immortal power. Less than 0.0001% of the world, less than 1 in 1 million realizes this. There are hardly few thousand people in the whole world who will realize that we are a manifestation of God. My dear friends, this is not an easy subject. But I keep telling myself, what do I tell myself? मैं नहीं पैदा होता नहीं, मैं मरता नहीं, मैं तो अमर वो आत्मा हूँ, नेति नेति ये नहीं, तत्वमसि मैं वो हूँ. Adi Shankara told this thousands of years ago. Narendra Modi repeated it when he was inaugurating the Kedarnath temple. What he said? नेति नेति ये नहीं, तत्वमसि मैं वो हूँ. ये तन नहीं, ये मन भी नहीं, मरता नहीं, पैदा होता नहीं, मैं तो अमर वो आत्मा हूँ, नेति नेति ये. How will people understand this? Whenever I meet somebody, I ask them, who are you? They say, I'm Thomas. I say, don't lie. They say, I'm Thomas. Don't lie. No, I am Thomas. Don't lie. They get nervous. They get, like some people told me yesterday and day before, I made you all very nervous. I believe I was very aggressive. Last 1 or 2 days, was I very aggressive on the call? I told you all, your time does not belong to you. It belongs to Seth. Somebody wrote me a private message and said, You were so angry with us that you said your time. No, I am not getting, I don't get angry. Sometimes I raise my tone, it is only trying to emphasize. I have lost anger. I don't get angry, yeah? And I'm always in Sat Chit Anand. Always. Sometimes when a shaitan comes, then in front of the shaitan, I lose that for a few seconds. But I'm back into Sat Chit Anand. That is the nature of a realized person. And many of you have realized many truths. But when you have realized everything, when you are in the state of eternal realization, in a state of eternal yoga. And my dear friends, whatever I tell you, I don't impose upon you. Whatever I tell you, I don't force you. Whatever I tell you, I share with you. You have an option. You can use it or you can lose it into your dustbin. They say somebody's opinion does not have to become a compulsion. If somebody gives you an opinion, you use your discrimination and you decide whether it is right or it is wrong. Suppose somebody tells me, no, I love to spend the time from morning to night in the kitchen. I say, please spend. Then you have to look at every kaddu and tomato and every bhindi and matar as Bhagwan, if you want realization. Because from morning to night, if you are in the kitchen, then you should say, Prabhu to tomatar, Prabhu ye bhindi bhi, matar Prabhu hai, paneer bhi wahi hai. Then you have to say, chawal Prabhu hai, chapati wahi hai. Because there's no other way to get God realization. Otherwise, you will be lost, my dear friends. Am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I the ego? Who am I? You are I, Sudeep Bhargava. You are Sudeep Bhargava or you are not Sudeep Bhargava? Yes or no? See, yes. Even after so many calls, my teaching is wasted. No, I am not Sudeep Bhargava. My name is Sudeep Bhargava. So very often when I was telling that man, Thomas, I said, I don't lie. You are not Thomas. Your name is Thomas. When you were born, were you Sudeep Bhargava? When you came out of your mother's womb, were you Sudeep Bhargava? If you were born with as a girl, then you would have become Sandeepa or Samatma. You would Sudeepa? No, you would not have become. You would have changed. My dear friends, when we go on a quest, we realize it's so simple. I have taught you realization in 2 simple steps. I'm telling you, this is God's biggest gift to me. No scripture, no teacher, no writer has been able to explain what God SIP has explained to our group. Realization is only 2 minutes. 1 minute, birth. Was I born on my birthday? I was born 9 months before. What was I? I was a spark of unique life of the soul. What happens at death? The body dies. People burn the body, bury the body. They tell, I passed away. Who passed away? So the point is this. I am not the body. We have learned it so clearly. We have realized it. But what is the difference between knowledge and realization? When it's knowledge, you know. When it's realization, you do what you know. Even though you know you are not this body, still you behave as the body. What can I do? Even though the mind you cannot find, you still say, my mind is disturbed. Somebody asked me, is your mind calm? How can I don't have mind? How can my mind be calm? I am always in consciousness. So is your mind calm? So that day I went and the doctor told me, do you check your BP? I said, no, doctor, I never check your BP. I don't have any BP. So doctor said, what do you mean you don't have BP? You're alive. I said, my body has. I am the Atmazation. My body. I am not the mind. All the time we say, I, me, mine. No. This is the 3 greatest sufferings in the world. What is the greatest suffering in the world? Pain of the body, misery of the mind, and agony of the ego. Girish, have I told you the story of the king who wanted to meet God? What, Girish? You don't remember stories. Okay. Maybe I not told you. So king wanted to meet God. So the king went to the biggest Mahatma. The biggest Mahatma. And the Mahatma was known to give appointment with God. So Ashok Chotwani wants to meet God. Ashok Chotwani, you have to go to the Mahatma. And the Mahatma says, Okay, if you want to meet God, he's got what is called a parchi. You know what's parchi? Parchi. Huh? Parchi means one parchi. You have to put all your biodata. So the Raja wrote, Raja Harshvardhana, kingdom of Pataliputra, owner of 5,000 elephants, 14 palaces. What is your age? 58 years old. He gave all the detail. And the Mahatma told him, okay, come tomorrow. I will get an appointment with God. So next day Raja came. The Mahatma threw the paper back on his face. He told, God told me all your biodata is fake. All your biodata is lies. God has rejected your appointment. Why? He said, you said, I am King Vishnuvardhana. That's not you, that's your name. You said you are 58 years old. Will you be 58 years next year? Were you 57, 8 years last year? Why you are lying? Don't say you are 58 years old. You are immortal soul. You are birthless. You are deathless. God has rejected your appointment. Now you understand, my dear friends. You want to meet God? Huh? You want to meet God, Yogini? If you want to meet God, Yogini, then give the right biodata. Don't give wrong biodata. If you give wrong biodata, God will reject your application. Don't say I'm Ashok Chotwani. Ashok Chotwani, God will say, no, I don't want to meet Ashok Chotwani. If a sip in Ashok wants to come, then I will meet. Because he is a sip in Ashok. Then you can get appointment with God. My dear friends, if you want to realize this truth of who am I, if you want to reach the ultimate realization, enlightenment of I am not I, there's a beautiful work called Tattva Bodha. But if you read that book, I gave a man that book, Tattva Bodha, which I read, that man came back and gave the book back. He said, sorry, it is going over my head. In English, they use the term overhead. I don't know what it exactly means, but it's going over my head. So I asked him, how the book went over your head? No, the book didn't go over my head. What I was reading was going over my head, which means they don't understand. That's a term used. So I try to make it go into your head. What I speak, I don't like it to go over your head. Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha means we all have skin. How many of you don't have skin? How many of you, raise your hand, how many of you don't have? Parvati Amma, you have skin? Parvati Amma. Skin you have, Parvati Amma. Blood you have, blood. Bone you have. Bone you have, bones. All you have, Parvati Amma, you have, na? Parvati Amma saying, I have everything. I have blood also, I have bone also, I have skin. Girish, you have 2 kidneys or you have no kidneys? How many kidneys you have got, Girish? You have kidneys 2 or no? No. Girish, I don't have kidneys. My body has 2. Your body has 2 kidneys. Huh? Girish is saying, I have no kidneys. My body has 2 kidneys. Now Girish is playing the trick on me only. But now we are talking on Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha means understand what is the Tattva. Tattva means the elements of your body. You have a brain, you have kidneys, you have heart. One day, there was a big experiment. Chidanand, have you heard of the virtual experiment? Have you heard, Chidanand? There was an experiment of the biggest scientists in the world and the biggest surgeons in the world. It is a virtual experiment. They locked themselves in a sealed, airtight room. And they took one body and they started to peel the body. What they did, they peeled the body. They took all the skin and they kept the skin in one refrigerating type of unit. Then they took all the muscles, they took the blood in bottles, they took all the organs, kidney, intestine, stomach, rectum, and they kept all organs. And they removed all the skeletons and they removed everything because they were searching for I. These scientists and these doctors were wanting to search who's that fellow alive. So imagine we take Girish and we peel Girish. We peel. They were doing virtual experiment on Girish, for example. Finally, when everything was over, Girish is missing. Where is Girish? Where is that fellow who was alive in the body? Missing. Now they said, okay, big problem. Let us put him back. So they took the skeleton, they put back the muscle, they put back the flesh, they put back the blood, they put back the heart, they put back the lungs. Best doctors and best surgeons and best scientists in the world. They stitched the body. And they said, Zim Boomba, come on, Girish, come alive. Did he come alive? Did he come alive? No. Gone. He's gone. Who is the one who's gone? The body is there. Every single cell of the Tattva Bodha is there. But where is the one who was alive? My dear friends, therefore, in the study of me, in the study of who am I, ko hum, nan yaar, in the study, the first clarity you should have, I don't know how many of you are absolutely clear you are not the body. I don't know how many of you are absolutely clear. That's why some of you go, I want to do style of my eyelash, this, what they call this? Eyelashes, what the eyelash. Huh? You know, the latest thing, girls want to color their hair. They want to put streaks, and they're purple and green, and some people do rainbow, like 7 colors. No, this is because we think we are the body. Anything wrong? Nothing wrong in doing. But remember, you are not doing for you. You're doing for your body. Don't forget that this body will die. This body, how much ever, that's why maybe my guru told me, wear only white color. I didn't even know, but probably one of the biggest gifts of my life was my guru telling this. I don't know if Dasi, Guru told, the Guruji told Dasi also or not. Dasi, you should wear only white color. Did he tell you anytime, Dasi? I don't know. But this is the one gift. He asked me only one thing. You wear only white clothes. So it is the biggest gift of my life. Because that white has created so much peace. It has created a yoga. Because all the time I am reminded to be in peace. That's why, what do I keep telling myself? I keep telling myself, मन बड़ा है चोर, चैन चुराता है, डर और चिंता में हमें डुबाता है, सत्य छुपाता है, मिथ्या दिखाता है, शांति जो अपनी मन चुराता है, मन को है मारना, दुश्मन बड़ा है वो, मन को जो मारे मुक्ति वो पाता, शांति से मिला क्या हसी आनंद, सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद. One person on this call, you all know this fellow Raju. You know Raju. Raju came and had a big fight with me. He came and had a big fight with me. He said, I said, what happened? What's the problem? You're teaching all nonsense. I said, what happened? He said, you said, Shanti se mila, kya hasi anand. So I said, what's the problem? He said, because you told like that, I went and married Shanti. Now I am having big problem in my house after marrying Shanti. Because you said, Shanti se mila. My neighbor was Shanti. I said, let me marry Shanti. Because you told, Arey, Raju, I did not tell you to marry Shanti. Marry Shanti means Ashanti. Why don't you understand? Marriage cannot give Shanti, I told him. Who told you that? Have I ever told you? He said, you kept on singing. Shanti se. Shanti se mila means you have to still the mind. You have to still the mind, my dear friends. Because if you don't still the mind, people ask, where is the mind? The mind is a bundle of thoughts. The mind doesn't exist, but it appears as a bundle of thoughts. We have spoken all this, but remember this. If I'm not the body, if I'm not the mind, am I the ego? Huh? You say, this is my house. Huh? This is my house. Dasi, how long it will be my house, Dasi? How long it will be my car, Dasi? How long it will be my business, Dasi? Will it be ours for long, Dasi? How long it will be ours? Matter of just days, weeks, months, or years. That's all. Nothing is mine. Everything is thine, O divine. Nothing is mine. Everything is thine, O divine. Let that become our sunshine. But we don't enjoy sunshine. We don't enjoy the divine. We only want wealth and wine. What will you do with wealth and wine? What will you do with wealth and wine? This is the problem with the egos that say, this is mine. The ego goes on saying, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. It forgets the divine. We have to let go of the ego. And if you let go of the ego, you know, this is again my guru's, and second biggest gift of the guru gave me in my life was a mantra, was the equation. What's the equation? The equation I sang, I think I sang yesterday in the Zoom call. I don't know, I think I sang. and Aru changed it. Aru made it more poetic. What did Aru write? She wrote, आत्मा से अहंकार जब जुड़ता है बन जाता इंसान. आत्मा से अहंकार जब जुड़ता बन जाता इंसान. पर इंसान जब अहंकार छोड़े प्रभु बन जाता. आत्मा से अहंकार जब जुड़ता बन जाता इंसान. पर इंसान जब अहंकार छोड़े प्रभु बन जाता. सांसों की माला में सिमरूं मैं पी का नाम. My dear friends, when will we realize that I am not I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the ego? In this book, I am writing in detail. I'm writing in detail how you analyze death, what happens. You know, we're very funny, no? I thought that day my relative died. My relative died. They took him to the Shamshan. They burnt him. As soon as they came back, they wrote, "No, let us put his photo up and let us put agarbatti and mala." And they're doing agarbatti puja for him, whom they burnt. I can't understand how ignorant we human beings can be. How ignorant. So we have to wake up. Just because our religion tells us lies, that God lives in the skies, do we have to believe? Why God gave buddhi? Why God gave intellect? Because God made us human beings to realize the truth. Death reveals the body will die and people will say, you passed away. You passed away. When I just finished today, another 5 bhajans on death videos. Now we have got 10 death bhajans. 10 new death bhajans, 10 new videos. What is this new bhajan I wrote? Rona nahi, jashn tum. मैं नहीं मरता हूं. One of my favorite bhajan is, मैं नहीं मरता हूं, बस ये तन है जो मरता है. मैं नहीं मरता हूं, बस ये तन है जो मरता है. मुक्ति मैं पाता हूं जब ये तन मरता है. रोना नहीं मेरी मौत पे, जश्न तुम मनाना. ओ रोना नहीं मेरी मौत पे, जश्न तुम मनाना. प्रभु से है एक होना, मौत पे है मुक्ति पाना. आत्मा तो मैं हूं, मिलेगा मुझे परमात्मा. Death is liberation. Death is celebration. Why are you scared of death? Why are you worried about death? Death is the doorway to God. When are you going to wake up? And birth is a magic. Realize you were born 9 months before. Not you were not born. You know, if you to understand I am not I speak about 3 dots. Death is certain, birth is certain. And birth is decided by karma. And the person who dies carries karma. That is why they are born blind. That is why they are born in kind circumstances. So we have to understand, birth is because of karma. Death is because of karma. And I will keep on coming. I will return as Mary, Robert, Smith, or John. And I will come as John because I will be reborn. And this will go on and on and on. When will we realize? That's why one of the favorite songs of mine is, what do I sing? Tattvamasi neti neti, tum ho wahi ye nahi. Tattvamasi neti neti. You are that spark of unique life. You are the soul. Once that's the story of Hanuman and Ram. You all know the story, right? You all know the story of Ram and Hanuman. Hanuman and Ram were having a talk, and then Lord Rama asked Hanuman, "Hey Hanuman, what is our relationship?" Hanuman told Ram, "Lord Rama, I am thy humble servant, Lord Rama." And Rama was very happy. And just as Rama was happy, Hanuman told, "But Hanuman told, but Lord, when I realized I am the soul, then you and me are same. Rama started laughing. Rama started laughing. Girish, have you heard the bhajan? Have you heard the bhajan? Have you heard bhajan of this or no? Hanuman bhajan, have you heard? You must remember this. It's very important. एक दिन श्री राम से पूछा हनुमान ने, तुम्हारा मुझसे क्या है नाता? हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूं आपका। हनुमान ने कहा, प्रभु दास हूं आपका, पर एहसास हो गया मैं हूं आत्मा। एहसास हो गया मैं हूं आत्मा। मैं भी एक आत्मा, आप भी एक आत्मा है, फर्क नहीं है हमारा। राम जी प्रसन्न हुए हनुमान के एहसास से, दोनों तो हम है परमात्मा। परमात्मा। So that's why somebody yesterday, they got very upset. Somebody got very upset and they said, what you're telling, don't play cricket, don't play cricket. Why India's cricket favorite game? Just because India lost the match, that's why Gautam is not happy. But actually everybody loves cricket. I told that person, please play cricket. I used to play cricket morning to evening, every week, every day. I was a cool player. I was opening bowler of cricket match. But now when I see people playing cricket, I wonder, is playing cricket more important or realizing you are God? Will you, oh, then you play cricket, then you die, then you come back and you play football, then you die. Then you come back and play hockey, then you die. Then you come back and play kabaddi, then you die. Then you come back and play shooting, then you die. Then you come back and play gilli dandal. In India, I know the gilli dandal also they play. My dear friends, we can do whatever we want. But the goal of life is to realize, who am I? If you don't realize who am I, remember that student who went and told the master, master. What master? Then you're finished, cricket over, what you want now? He was the cricketer. The boy was a cricketer. After playing cricket, he came to master. I want to see the soul. Show me soul. Master told, I cannot show soul. No, master, I want to be soul. So master said, come on, give me the bat. Climb on the table. Master made him climb on the table. Take your finger. I'm going to show you soul. Take your finger. He took the bulb, he removed the bulb and put his finger inside. And the boy started saying, ha, 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 he, ho. He saw the soul because shock. He put hand inside the bulb holder and he got shock. How will we realize the meaning of electricity? How will we realize the meaning of the soul? When are we going to overcome our ignorance? When are we going to study the scientific perspective? Everything in the world is energy. You know, my dear friends, scientists, the most intelligent scientists in the world, they say, we don't know what this universe is. 99% plus, we don't understand what this universe is made of. It is made up of dark energy and black matter and gray matter. They keep on giving colors. But why don't you understand? Everything is SIP. Why don't you understand? You and me are SIP. My dear friends, this book talks about going on a quest, overcoming ignorance, realizing the truth. I only ask you all of one thing. Remain in consciousness. Remain in awareness. It's very important to have that, to get to that state of liberation. It is realization that will take us to liberation. Realization, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the ego. See, we are all going to die. Remember this. We are all going to die. When we are going to die means this, who's going to die? The body is going to die. When the body dies, there are only two possibilities. Possibility number one, that the mind and ego will return to earth in a rebirth. Possibility number one. Possibility number two, we will be liberated and united with God. You decide. Rumata ji, aap hai? Aapko kya chahiye? Prabhu chahiye? Prabhu lo. Samosa chahiye? Samosa khao. Aapko jalebi chahiye? Jalebi khao. No problem. But we have to make a choice. What we want. 99% of the people in this world don't want God. They only want God to fulfill their dreams. They only remember God when somebody has cancer in their house. They only remember God when there's a serious critical operation going to happen tomorrow. Somebody falls unconscious in your house today. What will you do? Bhagwan, Prabhu, kahan hai tum? What happened? Somebody felt unconscious. Then you forget everything. Huh? My mother got heart attack. Mama, my mama got heart attack. God, please, my mama, only one mama I got. God says, only you have got one mama. Everybody has got 100 mamas. Only you got one mama. You're telling God, God, I have only one mama, saver. God knows you have only one mama. No, God doesn't know our. My dear friends, we sometimes behave so silly. We don't realize. Before I close, one song I have told you all so many times. Haven't I told you all? जीवन का मतलब सच में है क्या? प्रभु से एक होना है. संसार की माया से बचना हमें. सच का एहसास होना है. जग में जो होता है प्रभु की लीला है. सत्य नहीं ये है, सब ये मिथ्य है. ये तो एक ख्वाब जैसा है. We are pulled. The samsara pulls us into dance, baby, dance, 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 rock and roll, rock, 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 rock and roll. What's all this rock and roll? It's attracting to us. If you see Punjabis, when I go to see Punjabi, they get scared. Okay, balle, 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 okay, but balle, 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 how long? Balle, galle, balle, galle, what is this balle, balle, how long? Then afterwards, what is going to happen in the end? This world is a cosmic illusion. Nothing is real. It's a cosmic drama. We are just actors. We come and we go. There will be laughter. There will be tears. Such is the cosmic show. It's a drama, you see. Whatever will be, will be. Our role we must do, you see. What will be, will be. जीवन का ये ही मकसद है. मिथ्या से हमको है बचना. सच की तलाश में हमको जाना. सच का एहसास करना. योग में सदा रहना. प्रभु के साथ हर पल जीना. सच्चिदानंद में रहना. खुश होना होना. क्रिकेट कल खेल के खुश होता तू, तो सुबह से रात तक क्रिकेट खेल तू. खाना से खुश हो तो किचन में बैठ जा. पूरा दिन खाना खाना. It's up to you. If you like what you like to do, you do that. But you cannot attain God. You cannot attain liberation. You cannot attain freedom from misery. You decide what you want. If you want sip, then don't have a sip of whiskey. Because if you have a sip of whiskey, then you will keep on having that sip, because you will never awaken your intellect, and you will always be in the nasha of intoxication of alcohol. My dear friend, what happens when you realize I am not I? You live as a divine instrument. You live as a yogi. You live as an ananda. You live as a jivan mukta. You attain moksha. That is the summary of today's discussion, my dear friends. My time is over. The most important journey of life. Scientists are busy discovering planets and stars in the outer space. Planets are busy. Scientists are busy going under the oceans to discover what lies in the oceans. Oh, my dear foolish scientists, when will you go inside? When will you go inside? You are going to outer space. Dadaji used to say this. Sadhu Vaswani used to say this. You are going into the antariksh. You are going into the space to discover planets. You are going under the ocean to discover what is there. You go inside. You go inside and discover, who am I? Am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I the ego? Realize I am the Atma. I am the Ruh. You are the Ruh. The Ruh means you are the soul. This is realization. This is liberation. This is unification. Next week, to help you, I will be separating the spiritual world versus the material world. Next week's topic is, what is the spiritual world? What is the material world? I hope you will read the second edition of the book, I Am Not I. It is just getting finished and it will get ready for release this month. Next week's topic, the spiritual world versus this material world. Yes, my dear friends, question answers. Over to you. Hello? Who's the champion? Starting trouble? Huh? Shuru karo, come on. Who's going to start? In winter places, when I go to I have a remote control, but car will warm. Your snow is frozen. I'm telling you, in case you go to such a place where it is -20, then they give hot water. You pour hot water on the door, and the ice melts. Then you open the door. Blico will know. Blico and Bliss will know. They're in Canada. Am I right? Blico and Bliss am I right? Everything freezes in Canada, or doesn't freeze the way I'm telling? Am I giving any wrong stories? Am I giving any lies?
No, it's true. It's true.
No, it's true.
So you have two people endorsing Blico. Sometimes if I say you, some of you think I'm saying lies, then somebody else can catch me. I don't see. I told you I don't speak anything. I am nothing. How many times I told you I am nothing? I speak nothing. What SIP tells me, I tell you. I don't have any credit. I don't take any credit. I do nothing. If I say I recorded video, means I did not do. SIP recorded. So everything is done by SIP. Come on. Who is asking the first question? I am not I, or any question.
I am liberated at bodily death.
Correct.
Exactly means I as Atma get liberated, or I as mind and ego get liberated.
You tell me.
I already realize that I am not the body, I am the Atma. But still I have a body and thoughts are also coming.
Because your question cannot be answered in words, it is called realization. Now let me explain. Who is this I who will be liberated? I am not the body. How can I be liberated? Body will die. I am mind and ego that takes rebirth. But I am not mind and ego. Mind and ego is illusion. Then how can mind and ego get liberated? If I am not the body, I am not the mind and ego, then who soul gets liberated? Soul doesn't need liberation. It's already liberated. Then who? Ganapati, Krishna, Shiva. Who will get liberated? अनुभूति ये ऐसी हो जाती है, आंखों से कुछ दिखता ना है, एहसास सच हो जाता है, इसका कोई परोक्ष नहीं, अंतर ज्ञान यूं ही हो जाता, अनुभूति सच की होती, अपरोक्ष अनुभूति ये है. And you got the answer? The answer is the one who was carrying ignorance for a long time, alive in a body, driven by the mind and ego, living as the Jeev Atma, becoming a Jivan Mukta, having realized the truth. That person, when the law of karma liberates you, frees you from the body, mind, ego, that entity doesn't get reborn. The liberation is liberation from rebirth. Rebirth, who gets liberated? Not the body, body will die. Not the mind and ego, because it doesn't exist. So tell me, who or what gets liberated, Girish? Who will answer? Who or what gets liberated?
Only the entity so far which itself was thinking that I am so and so gets liberated.
Who gets liberated? There's no entity. I am not the body. I am not the mind and ego. Then who gets liberation? What is this liberation all about?
There is no separate entity at all except God.
Then all this liberation is nonsense. What is this liberation we are talking about? Is liberation there, or there is no liberation?
From this relative existence, we have liberation.
What is this liberation all about?
Ending the relative existence.
So what is this? Finally, what is this liberation?
Becoming God.
How do you Atma get liberated from ignorance?
What word you used, Girish? What word you used just now?
Ignorance.
What is the liberation all about? It is about overcoming ignorance. The moment we have overcome ignorance, this is realization. This is liberation.
So what is the importance of death then?
Death is celebration. Now, Girish is already realized soul. If you continue to live as Yogi Girish, if you're living as Yogi, always in yoga, always in Satchidananda, death is a celebration. Because Girish will not come back to earth in a rebirth. Girish will become one with the divine. Can you imagine? Can you only imagine? Can you imagine? It is like, it is like seeing the photograph of Bangalore's new airport terminal. It is seeing the photograph of Terminal 2 of Kempegoda Airport, Bangalore. The photographs are so beautiful. The photographs are so beautiful. The clipping and the video is so beautiful. Can you imagine how it will be to go inside that? Can you imagine how beautiful it will be? The photo only is so beautiful. So Girish, can you imagine what it will be becoming one with the divine? Million times more, trillion times more blissful. But this is a lie that they tell you when you go to God, we'll give you a palace. No, because that is all lies. Because SIP is energy. You are in a different field altogether. You are in an energy field. You are not in a human field anymore. There is no body, mind, ego in the divine field. It is all energy. Yes, Rohit, did you put your hand up? I saw you coming. Couple of Rohit, please. Anybody else?
Yes, no, I was trying to give that answer that the false I gets liberation.
Mhm.
However, I want to say that we all now know that we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are not the ego, but still we are not reaching anywhere.
Yeah, because you only know. Many of you know, but you don't do. When you know and you don't do means you only have knowledge, you don't have realization.
Correct.
If you know that there's a poison in your hand, but you drink it, that means you don't know. If you know there's a glass of poison, but you still drink it, that means do you know? You know there's poison. Will you drink it?
No.
That means you don't know. That's what is called realization. Realization is the ability to realize. That is why it is called to open your real eyes. Rohit, you are SIP, the supreme immortal power. When will you realize? Sure. Huh? Yeah, anything more, Rohit?
No, I mean, so we know. I mean, that's same question again.
The problem is that we are too distracted. We are too distracted. That's why our knowledge is not getting crystallized into realization. What is the way for knowledge to become crystallization? For knowledge to become crystallization, there is a lot of commitment. Don't think that everybody's knowledge millions of people have in this world. Only the blessed one gets a transformation from knowledge to crystallization to realization. This is our biggest goal, Rohit. Our goal, and for this we need the magic, mumukshutva. Keep on asking, GG, overcome ignorance and be in consciousness. What a beautiful formula we found, magic. It's really magical. If we can only just keep magic in your mind. Just keep MAGIC, magic. That's all. Live with magic. Mumukshutva. Ask. GG, grace of God, guidance of a guru. Ignorance, removing ignorance, living with intellect and consciousness. That's all. You don't need anything else. If you have this magic, if your life is magic all the time, I can guarantee that you will be liberated. But this magic must be sincere and genuine and consistent. Shunya.
Sir, what is the concept of Swadharma and how does it help in self-realization?
In what context you want to know? Swadharma can be anything. Swadharma, do you understand the meaning of Swadharma? Means what?
Yes.
What? What do you understand by Swadharma?
Responsibility towards self.
not towards self. It is Swadharma. There is one's responsibility towards self and also towards the world. It is Swadharma. It can be, therefore, Swadharma is a very big term. The biggest Swadharma is Mukti and Moksha. The biggest Swadharma. Because see, for this Shunya, what must be understood is the Purushartha. The Purushartha is what? What are the 4 Purushartha? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The 4 steps of Purushartha. Dharma is the first. Dharma leads to Artha. Artha will take us past Kama into the ultimate goal of Moksha. So Swadharma is the cycle of life. We must pass. The ultimate destination is Moksha, even as per scriptures. Okay, good. Next question, please. We always talk in terms of I, even though we understand we are not this body, mind, but still we are in. Yes, because you cannot keep on saying Swati wants water, Swati wants to sleep, because people will think you're mad. Because everybody else knows you as you. And they consider, therefore, it is not about a realized person will not stop using the word I. A realized person who's living in this world will say I, but he will always be conscious I am not I. It is not about not using the word I, Swati. That is not our goal. Our goal is to go beyond that I, to live beyond that ego, to give up greed. See, for example, the moment you are not realized, you are greedy. I want more and I want more and I want more and I want more. Why you want more? You're going to leave everything behind. Why you want more? This is ignorance. We need what we need. We will fulfill our need. This is not ignorance. Taking care of our need is not ignorance. But only being captured by greed is ignorance. That shows we don't have realization. But need everybody must fulfill. Have I told you all, please? Have I told you all, follow what the monks follow? Give up your job, take one begging bowl and go and beg. Have I ever told you? Have I ever told any of you like that? Ever told you? You must beg? No, I am a practical person. Our talks are all practical. And our talks are to be used after your discrimination. Bliss. Yes, Bliss.
You can write, please.
Administrator, please read Bliss's question.
When comes the I? Only in the birth or in the formation of the body inside the belly, inside of belly?
When comes the I?
Yeah.
So Bliss, the I comes at the point of conception. When the sperm and the ovum is fertilized, the I already comes into existence. Because who is conceived? The mind and ego me. The mind and ego me is the I that is conceived. So Bliss, the question is this. Where's Bliss? Is she there?
Yeah.
I lost. Okay. Bliss, the question is this. You are Bliss? Bliss, the question is this. After you are conceived in your mother's womb, can you make a change? Can you make a transfer? I don't like this mother. I want another mother. Can you change?
No.
That means I already came now. I is already born.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because the moment you are conceived in the mother's womb, the journey has started. The journey of me along with the karma has already started. You can't change it.
And the I evolution, it's more high when we grow in age.
Yes, the when you are a small baby, you don't have the evolution because your mind, your intellect is not developed, your body is not developed. So therefore, first you are conceived, then embryos created, then you are born, and after you are born, you grow up, and the ego develops, and then the I comes, evolves. Then, when you are intelligent enough to understand I, then you must make a choice. You must use your head, you must use your brain to decide, your intelligence.
Yes, I understand.
People 70 years old, 80 years old, are they using their head? Are they using their intelligence? Nobody using. What they're doing? Come on. That playboy, you know, the playboy fellow. How old was the playboy? You know.
Yeah, I know.
How old was he? Playboy.
I don't know how.
Playboy.
Very old.
Playboy, I got the news in my WhatsApp. Playboy, some 92 years old man, got married for the 20 sometime with 18-year-old girl. 92-year-old man got married to 18-year-old girl.
What a joke.
Not a joke, it's reality. It's a reality. I may not give you exact, when I tell you examples, I only get examples for, it may not be accurate, but it's the truth because that man doesn't know the meaning of realization. He thinks I am playboy. He doesn't think I am not I. One day after you die, then the boy will have to come and play again and again. But the problem is we don't want to realize. You see the problem, I told you, when there are 75 people on this call today, what are the other 75 million and billion people doing? We are eating, we are drinking, we are playing. Does it mean we should not eat, we should not drink, we should not play? Of course we have to do it. Of course we have to eat. Of course we have to drink. But are we in the consciousness of the truth? Are we in the awareness of who am I? Do we want to suffer? I'm asking you one question. This whole subject is about liberation from suffering. Do we want to suffer pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego? How will we overcome this suffering? Next question. I'm not supposed to talk anymore. Finish my talking today. It is your time to ask questions. If no question, then no problem. We close because you know everything. Then nothing to ask. Rekha Parwani.
Shivu Amer.
Yes, namaskars.
Jivatma who gets anubhuti and is liberated from the ignorance and realize that I'm not the body and mind and ego. I'm the divine soul, gets liberated, correct?
Yeah.
Jivatma gets liberated.
Jivatma does not get liberated. Jivatma lives as a Jivan Mukta. The liberation happens only at death. Because as long as you are a Jivatma, living in a body, you can fail to the senses. You can fail to the mind. You can fail to the ego. So when do you get the liberation? When do you get the unification and liberation?
At death.
At death. Till death, you can live as a Jivan Mukta. You can live with the freedom. You can live as a liberated soul. But you cannot be liberated.
Yes.
I gave you the example of Osho. While we listened to Osho, I was listening to his Hindi video when he was not yet Rajni, when he has not become Osho. His Hindi videos, some of them are so good. Such an enlightened person.
Yes.
Then what made him get into drugs and Rolex and Rolls Royce? What made him to get into that? I don't know. I just don't know. So obviously, according to me, such a person cannot be liberated because you are attached. So okay, how can I decide a person cannot be liberated? I have no authority to decide. It is my opinion. But a person who is attached cannot get liberation because you're clinging to this world.
Yes.
Sometimes I speak to my mother. She's 83 years old. I speak to my mother and I try to make her understand moksha, mukti. My mother is a very religious person and she's very interested in spirituality. But as I keep talking to her, I know she goes back in the circle of samsara. Every time I get a chance, I try. I love my mother. I want to talk to my mother. I want to explain to her the concept. Can I do anything? Can I take away her karma? Can I control her moksha? Can I control her mukti? Can I do it?
No. She has to.
I'm helpless. I can tell all of you, Rekha. Yeah, Rekha, I can tell you A, B, C, D. Finally, who decides to do? You decide or who decides? You decide. I don't force you. You are blessed to come on this call. You are blessed to realize the truth. But ultimately, moksha is not in my hands, Rekha. It is in your hands.
Yes.
Administrator Dasi's question. I saw Dasi's question. Please read out. I missed it.
How to realize that I am not body, mind, ego? You have repeated several times, yet we are the same. Is it karma needs to get over?
Dasi, my dear Dasi, first point is to ask, am I Dasi? I am not Dasi. My name is Dasi. So step by step, when I was born, I was created 9 months before. So Dasi, this is just 1 minute subject. You know, Dasi, the problem, we listen to one hour of so many mantras and so many satsangs, but nothing will help us. What Dada told me, Dasi, Dada told me, concentrate on the realization. Man minus self equals God. God plus self equals man. So Dasi, all you've got to realize, where is the mind, Dasi? You please search the mind. If you bring the mind to me, Dasi, I will give you all my money. I'll give you all the millions of dollars I'll give you. Can you find the mind and bring the mind to me, Dasi? Is the mind existent?
No, not at all.
There is no mind. And your body, Dasi, will your body live forever? Will your
The question we have listened to, we've heard you say, the mind, the body, and all the ego, but no change has come. I don't know why, how.
Because your mind doesn't want you to believe. Because the moment you realize your mind is dead and your mind is controlling you, the mind is a shaitan. You know, shaitan means what, Dasi? Shaitan means the mind is a devil. The mind is controlling you.
How to control your mind then?
Kill the mind. Still the
Kill
mind.
the mind.
Still the mind. Kill the mind. Still the mind. Make the monkey into a monk. Dasi, let me tell you one thing, Dasi. You don't need a new prescription. You don't need to listen to a new Swami. You don't need a new guru. You don't need a new book to read. You don't need a new formula. You already have it in your pocket.
Okay.
If you don't want to use what you already have, then who can help you, Dasi?
I'm striving, The question
So, Dasi,
is, it's not coming.
Dasi, you just do me one favor, Dasi. For a few days, stop everything. Stop everything and keep contemplating on this. Who am I? Don't ask any other question, Dasi. Just whole day, just keep on repeating this. Who am I? Am I Dasi? No, I am not Dasi. I am the one who is alive inside Dasi. I am that Atma. One day Dasi Budrani will die, but I will not die. Dasi, will you die or will you leave the body and you go?
I will die for sure.
No, you will not die, Dasi. Your body will die. You will never die. Dasi, this is the problem.
The body will die.
You are listening to me 100 times, but you're not taking it in, Dasi. You, Dasi, you will never die. Only Dasi Budrani will die. But you will never die, Dasi. You are immortal. You are the immortal soul.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is this what Dada has to say, or Dada said something else, Dasi?
The same thing he said, but it's not registering.
You know why, Dasi? Because the mind and ego wants to come back to the earth in a rebirth. Mm-hmm. You have to fight it. You have to fight it. Because all that time, the mind and ego is pulling us into samsara. And the moment we sink in this world, we are gone, Dasi. We are completely gone. We need this freedom. Why is it, Dasi? Why is it called mukti, Dasi? Why are we calling it mukti? You know what's the meaning of mukti?
Freedom.
You need freedom from the ignorance, na, Dasi? Correct. The ignorance is making us, the ignorance is killing us. It's deep-rooted. How many times Dada has told you, this ignorance is so deep-rooted ignorance. Right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
How many times Sadhu Vaswani and Dada Vaswani, how many times they said, even 100 moon, 100 sun, the 100 Surya and 100 Chanda cannot take away the darkness. Have you heard what I'm saying? Have they not told you this?
Right. Okay.
And the answer is as simple as this. I am not Dasi. I am Sid. Will you start? You have the guts to change your people. You call yourself Sid. You have the guts. I am the soul. I am the soul in Dasi. See, this will change your life. If you want liberation, you are not Dasi. You are Sid. So from today, I am going to call you Sid. I am not going to call you Dasi from today. Because you are not Dasi. You are Sid. Sid is a good fashionable American name. Sid is not some Malayali or Tamil name. So Sid is a very nice, fancy American name. So we'll call you Sid from today onwards. You are the soul in Dasi.
Thank you, Ravi.
See, Dasi, you know what? You are so deep rooted that although I am AiR, you still call me Ravi, because that's how deep rooted you are. So this change must come. Ravi died 15 years ago, Dasi. Ravi died 8 years ago.
Okay.
And you're still thinking Ravi is alive. Ravi died. Ravi is dead. He's no more.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay. Any more questions? We have just a few minutes before we close. 1 or 2 questions. Dasi's conversation should have helped many of you. Because, my dear friend, that's what this question answer session helps. When Girish came and asked a question, it should have helped many of you. Because Girish asked a beautiful question. Girish asked the question, who gets liberated? I, body, mind, ego. Who is the one who actually gets liberated? Many people think the soul gets liberated. Many people, especially those of you who read the Bhagavad Gita, oh, the Bhagavad Gita, you somehow believe this Atma will get free and Atma will become one with Paramatma. And so you believe the soul gets liberation. When will you realize the soul doesn't need liberation? The soul is the Ruh. The soul is the Atma. It is the divine. When will we realize this? Let me tell you, what I tell you is so simple that you don't want to accept it. What I tell you, even a 4th standard child can understand. But even an 80-year-old doesn't want to understand. Because the mind stops us. It's not complicated. Enlightenment is not complicated. Realization is very simple. It is the truth. The body will die. People will say, I passed away. Who passes away? I've been writing that book every day. I'm finishing a little bit of that book. I am not I. I was not born on my birthday. The day is fake, so I don't cut a cake. I awake. I was born 9 months before. What was I? I was that spark of unique life. Am I lying to you? Any doubt? Samatma, any doubt, Samatma? No, that is the truth. You are the soul. You are the divine soul. When will you realize? Get it into your head. You can't realize it after you are dead. You can only realize it before you are dead. Get it into your head. Question. Last 1 or 2 questions. How many times I have told you, for you to be liberated, asking question is very important. You have a question in your head, but you sit like this. Your mind makes you, it seals your mouth. Okay, Bliko and Swati. Bliko.
I don't have a question, but I will refresh my understanding that Jivatma, when it overcomes ignorance, he will realize that he is not the body, mind, and ego. But the problem is why this mind is so strong, because all our senses are outward. They are designed outward. So you see outside, you hear from outside, you touch outside, you smell outside, you eat from outside. So everything, so our natural tendency is to see outward, not inward. So going inside that's why very, very difficult, and it is very simple thing become complicated because of this arrangement of our senses going out.
It is, Bliko, it is the simplest thing. It is not the most difficult thing. Tell me, I'll give you the answer today. What is the way to go inward? I think I've already told you 100 times in this call. Who will give the answer? Who is that darling who will give me the answer? What is the way to go inward? I have given the answer. Huh?
Still the mind.
No. That's that. Still the mind, okay, but I'm not able to still the mind. Nah. So what I have given the answer to you, what is the way to go inward?
You tell.
Yeah, consciousness.
No? No. What is the way to go inward?
Be in silence. Silence. Be in silence.
But this is not giving Glico the answer. No. I have told the answer 100 times. What is the way to go inward? And you all can do it. Today, if I give the answer, you all can do it, including Dasi Budrani. I don't know if Dasi is still on the call. You all can do it. What is the way to go inward?
Make the monkey mind.
We have to realize our identity, a real
what
nature.
Is the way to go inward? The answer is in one. The answer is in 3 words. The answer is only in 3 words. If you have more than 3 words, don't give the answer.
Satchit Anand.
No.
Satchit Anand.
It's a good word, but that's not the right answer. What is the way to go?
I am not I.
What is the way to go inward?
To realize that I am not I.
What is the way to go inward?
Make the monkey mind.
3 words. Don't speak more than 3 words. What is the way to go inward? What is the way to go inward? What is the way to go inward?
Guruji, make monkey monk.
What is the way to go inward?
To realize
I am God.
What is the way to go in? What is the way to go inward?
Still the mind.
What is the way to go inward?
Still the mind.
What is the way to go inward? Okay, Bliko, you want the answer? Bliko, you want the answer?
Sir, I am divine soul.
Yes.
What is the way to go inward? The answer in 3 words. 3 words. Stop going outwards. Stop going outwards. Outwards. You all want to go outwards and you want to go inwards. What a magic. You all want to go outwards and then you want to go inwards. Huh? You want to dance, 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 dance. You want to go 2 steps forward. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum, tararam, pam, pam. How will you go inward when you're all the time going outwards? Stop going. Understand? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you stop going outwards, then where will you go?
Inwards.
Hello? If you stop
Outward.
going outwards, where will you go?
Inwards.
Outward. Inwards.
Inwards.
Is it very difficult?
No.
Yeah, it is difficult.
No, it's not difficult.
No, it is simple.
No, because your senses are always outside it. You are in the sansar. So it
make
is
it
not that
commitment.
easy to go inward.
Today I gave you the answer. From today you stop going outwards.
No, but
From
it's not
today
easy.
you make. No, I didn't say it's easy.
It is simple.
I didn't say it's. It is possible.
Simple, yeah.
It is possible. It is not. No, what Bliko is saying. It's not so easy because the senses crave, and the senses crave. But it's for you to change karma to karma yoga, bhakti to bhakti yoga, prema to prema yoga. Then you can. Prema goes outwards. Prema yoga goes inwards. It's prema. It goes outwards. Yeah, you have to get the real. Last question, Swati. Swati.
Hi, AiR. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Question.
So I wanted to know, is a path of enlightenment a one-way path or it's like a two-way path? Like, is there any way that a person who is already enlightened, already realized, by some chance he'll go backwards? Is there like?
Yes. If you don't put on the return non-return valve, you'll go back.
What is the non-return?
In a pipe, the water flows. The water can't come back because there's a non-return valve. But if you remove the non-return valve, the water will come back.
And what is the
to be in yoga all the time. A person who's enlightened cannot come back if he's a true yogi. Not a yogi because of the dadi. Not a yogi because of the dadi. Yogi jo yog mein sada hi rahe, Prabhu ke yog mein rahe. संसार की माया में वो ना अटके, सदा योग में वो रहे. And today, Bliko gave you all a magical answer today. Bliko gave you all a magical answer. Girish gave you a magical answer. Dasi gave you a magical answer. Stop going outwards. Automatically, you will start going inwards. And whatever you all said is correct. Satchit Anand, realize the truth, make monkey monk. All those are ways to stop going outwards. And you start going with that patient hearing of yours for the long session on Friday. And with my folded hands, I bow down to you.